Hey Mark, Lyford here from Pioneer Pigeons. I thought I'd show you around my pigeons. Come and have a look. So this is the pet shed. This is the pet shed. We've got all the randoms in here. We've got the unwanteds. We've got my pets. We've got racing pigeons with dodgy legs, as this girl here's got. The can't look quite right. She broke her leg, but she's quite happy. We've got a pigeon there that's blind in one eye. We've got my pet Strasser pigeons. These are German Strassers. You know, about twice the size of a racing pigeon. They're the kind of size of small chickens, really. These make me laugh every time I see them. They waddle around like they own the place. They really don't care. But yeah, these are Strassers. These are German Strassers, and the black and white ones are Polish Strassers. They're a bit smaller, and they do actually fly around the garden as well. So yeah, I've got these Strasser pigeons, plus I've got some miler pigeons as well. This jet black one here is a miler. That pigeon is bred to fly 1 mile only, as fast as it can. So yeah, this is the pet shed. This here is Eric. He doesn't want to be cameraed today. Eric was, he's flying out the way of the camera. Eric was pretty close to death. He was lying on my chest. And I thought he was going to die, to be honest. That's Eric there, the one with the black and white wings. And he's being hidden. There he is. These are hungry, so they're getting ready for me to feed them, which I'm going to show you in a minute. That's Eric there. Keeps flying out the shot. Eric with the black and white wings there. I thought he was going to die. He was literally lying his head on my chest. That was about 4 years ago. I managed to save him and turn him round. So yeah, this is the pet shed. Let me feed these up and then I'll show you some more. We put a little bit out here so it doesn't get too cramped. Happy pigeons, decent food, nice surroundings, happy days. You can see how big these Strasser pigeons are compared to the normal pigeon. Absolutely huge. Not many people have got them here in the UK. There's only 4 people that I know of that have got them. But they make me smile every time I see them because they just waddle around like they own the joint. So yeah, that's the pets. Let's move on to the next lot. Something else is my quail. These are my quail. These are all the odds and sods. I used to have about 900 quail, but I scaled back to focus on the pigeons and just keep focus on the pigeons. But these are my quail. These are all the ones that are the misfits and the ones that essentially lay a few eggs and are just pets at the minute. Quail, in my opinion, a lot better than chickens. Easier to look after, lovely eggs, far more beneficial the eggs are, more protein, less cholesterol, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's the quail. Next we have the boys. These are all boys in here. Trust me, there's a lot of testosterone flying around in this pigeon lot. So during the off season, the non-breeding season, we split up all the boys and girls, because if not, they just keep breeding. This splitting them up enables us to be able to put them together again in December or January, sometimes February even. And it gives them the rest, it gives them the ability to recuperate and from breeding, because you know, breeding 6 or 8 babies a year and rearing them does take a lot of effort. So these are all the boys. There's some really stunning boys in here. This is the boys team. So these are all what we call stock pigeons. These pigeons are here to breed, to be mated, and for their children to be raced. We've got a couple still finishing their molt every year of bird molts. brand new set of feathers. A couple in here still molting, but if with this one, perhaps you can see in the light the green sheen on its neck. Really good signs of condition. Good pigeons in here. I got a lot of high hopes for some of these breeding. Plus we have a webcam in here as well, so you can actually, I'm going to set it up so you can actually see these pigeons 24/7 as they're doing their thing. This is a new pigeon. I haven't had a pigeon with a crest on it in over 30 years. I got this pigeon a couple of weeks ago from my friend James Cook down in Cornwall, who runs a stud called Tumley Lofts. This is a really lovely pigeon I'm looking forward to putting in to breed. This pigeon here with the white, blue and white wings, he's Hercules Junior. We bred him ourselves. We had one of the best pigeons we ever owned was called Hercules, and this is the first son we ever bred off him. And Hercules actually passed away in February. I love that pigeon so much that I'm actually getting him. He's with the taxidermist. He's going to be sitting in my office. Hercules got against 15,000 pigeons in Germany in racing, and that's his. That's the son, the first son we ever bred off him. As you can see, they come in all different colours, shapes and sizes. There's not too many really big pigeons in here. These are more middle and long distance pigeons. There's that pigeon there is actually bred to be a sprint pigeon. He's a really good prospect, new prospect that's come into the loft this year. But yeah, these are the boys. Let's feed them up. They're now wondering what you're doing, Dad. Why are you messing around? And why are we not being fed? So let's get them fed. So you can see the different colours in them. Some lovely reds. What we call dark checkers there. Your standard blue, your standard checkers, and then some stunning whites. That's the new boy up there. Haven't named him yet. Got to get a name for him. And that pigeon there as well needs naming as well. There's a few in here with names, needing names actually as well. So yeah, that's the boys. Let's move on and show you more. Next we have the girls. This is the girls section. There may be a couple of boys in here, but there may be immature younger ones. So this is a combination of girls for breeding, all breeding stock, or younger unsexed babies. So that's what we've got going on here. These girls are particularly hungry because they're on a regime at the moment. A few of them are a little bit too porky. So we're sorting that out, ready for breeding. But yeah, this is the girls. These are all top class breeding girls. Oh, except this boy here. This boy here is an old boy, and he is my mate and pet, and he's the only boy in here. And the reason he's the only boy in here is because he is infertile. He's 15 years old. The older a male pigeon gets, the more that their wattle grows. That's what it is. It's not a deformity or anything. It's just because he's an old boy. This is sire of a pigeon called Bran. He's my mate. He's my buddy. He's my pet. And because he's infertile, he's got no chance of breeding with any of these girls. He is my mate that has the lovely job of hanging around with 60 odd other girls. He actually does have his mate in here. His mate in here is Hercules' mum. Hercules' mum is 2011 pigeon, so she's 14. She's infertile. Well, she doesn't produce now. So he does have an official mate in here, but in addition to his official mate, he's got He's got about 60 other girls to knock about with, and he's my little buddy. I love this pigeon. He's of absolutely no use to me in a breeding sense, but he's my little mate, and as you can see, he's as tame as anything, and he's loving life at the grand old age of 15 years old. Anyway, enough about him. These girls are waiting to get fed, so let's get them fed. And here we go. This is the girls and some younger unsexed pigeons. A few still going through the molt, but we're getting there now. And these are all getting ready to start being paired up in the coming months. Let's move on, I'll show you some more. So here's all the spare boys. These are all surplus boys or boys for sale. So these are all additional boys that are just here at the minute or are for sale. So all of our this year's babies that we've bred, that we haven't raced, that we're not keeping for stock, they're all in here, and they will be being sold over the coming weeks and months. So this is the spare boys section, or the boys for sale section, and right next to them is the girls. They can't get to each other, but they can see each other, which keeps them on their toes. So yeah, this is the spare boys section here. Some lovely pigeons in here. Let's get them fed. And that's the boys feeding away. Happy days. Let's move on to the girls. So here's the spare girls and girls that we've bred that are going to be sold. There's a couple in here I might actually keep, like that particular one there. That's out of a really good pairing of a pigeon that did really well in a race this year. I've got to go through these and check, and this red one here, I'm going to keep that as well because that's got really good potential to go into our breeding loft. But yeah, this is in theory most of the spare girls, and some of them that are going to be sold off. So let's get these fed. And in case you spotted them as well, I got a few of my ring-necked dogs in here as well, in with the girls. They're obviously not a pigeon, but they are a dog. I've got a few of them in here as well. They're quite happy to be in with these pigeons at the minute. But yeah, that's the girls. The spare girls. These are all our single breeding pens. They're all getting ready to get cleaned out, disinfected and ready to go for next breeding season. There's no pigeons in here now because they're all separated, having a rest ready. But yeah, this is our single breeding pen. So each pigeon Each pair of pigeons has access to their own pen, their own aviary outside. Like I say, we're just getting ready to get all these cleaned out and disinfected. But come mid-December, there'll be a pair of pigeons in each of these sections starting to produce again. So there you go, a little show around Pioneer Pigeons and what it's all about. I post a lot about pigeons, it's my passion, and outside of work and business, this is what I eat, live and think about. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed looking around what pigeons are all about. Like I say, all pigeons are not the same. These are pedigree pigeons, they're athletes of the sky, and they're an amazing bird. Thanks for watching, catch you soon.